An affair 2018. Anita is in her 40s, has a little sparkling marriage and started a new school as a gym teacher. When she feels that she is being chased, she discovers that one of her students is obsessed with her. She gets caught up in an affair with him, but the boy Marcus is only 16 years old. Objectively, Marcus is the aggressor here, stalking Anita outside school until he gets what he wants. But once initiated, the affair consumes Anita, even when she begins to doubt that he sees it as an affair. She becomes addicted to her phone, checking for texts and watching his social media. Soon she is engaging in lies and manipulation that might make the most self-centered high school mean girl think twice. Viaggio Celebrity presents top 10 movies like an affair. Number 10. A Teacher 2013. Diana Watt is an English teacher at Westerbrook High School in Austin, Texas. A long time and continuing undisclosed issue between her and her mother may be only one factor in Diana looking for love in the wrong place. That place is at school, as she has just embarked on a secret affair with one of her students, Eric Tull. This relationship is the most fulfilling she had in quite some time. A few incidents and the first real close call in being caught leads to Diana calling off the affair several months in, as she finally comes to the understanding that being caught would certainly mean the end of her teaching career and her good reputation. This close time away from Eric also gives Diana the opportunity to look at the relationship through a slightly different perspective, with the old adage of absence making the heart grow fonder kicking in. As such, Diana gets torn between doing what she knows is the right thing by staying away from Eric, or listening to her troubled heart, her growing obsession and need for what she considers love, which may make staying away from Eric difficult. Number 9. Bad Teacher 2011. When her wealthy fiancé breaks it off, gold digger Elizabeth Halsey returns to middle school. She is an awful teacher but wants to save for breast implant surgery. She brightens when Scott, a new teacher, turns out to be rich, and she stops showing films and sleeping in class when told there is a bonus for the teacher whose class scored highest on the state exam. Her competition for Scott and the bonus is cheery and tightly wound Amy. Amy digs for dirt on Elizabeth, who cheats her way towards Scott's bed and the money. Honesty with students seems to be her only skill. She ignores Russell, a droll gym teacher who looks on. Throughout the movie, Cameron Diaz wears mostly Christian Louboutin shoes. This is due to a contract between the movie producer and Louboutin himself for marketing his company's red sole shoes. In the bar scene, the lead singer in the band Period 5 is Dave Allen. He was also the lead singer in the band Feedback that Jason Segel and friend went to see in Freak and Geeks. Number 8. For Miriam 2009. The math teacher Karen is involved in a traffic accident through no fault of her own in which a scooter driver dies. You are not to blame, but the young woman is disturbed. All the more so when she learned that the dead accident victim Miriam is the sister of her student Lucas. The more persistently her entire environment relieves her, the more she feels guilty. The accident means an equation for her that doesn't work out. To make up for something, she gives Lucas tutoring in mathematics. But the boy demands a lot more in his pain. Karen lets herself into a self-destructive relationship driven by a desire for apology. Even when Lucas approaches her palpably, she doesn't fight back. As rigidly as she plunges into the intensity of the physical encounter with Lucas, she alienates herself from her friend Christian. He wants to look ahead and show his partner less and less understanding. The simmering relationship problem escalates. In her loneliness and sadness, Karen thinks she is understood by Lucas alone. And so the painful bond between those two soon makes something completely different possible. Number 7. A Teacher 2020. Beautiful and quietly enigmatic Claire is the newest teacher at Westerbrook High School. Dissatisfied in her marriage to her college sweetheart Matt Michelle, distant from her brother Nate Wilson and desperate for connection, she quickly befriends fellow teacher Catherine Sanders. Claire's life changes when Eric, a charming all-American senior in her English class, asks for help preparing for his SAT test. Popular and outgoing, Eric is the captain of the soccer team and nearly inseparable from his best friend Logan Davis and Josh Smith. Everything seems perfect on the surface, but Eric is forced to juggle the pressure of school, applying for college and a part-time job, all while helping take care of his two younger brothers so his mother Sandy can support the family. As Claire and Eric begin to spend more time together, boundaries are crossed and a subtle game of grooming begins. The permanent damage left in the wake of Claire's choices become impossible for them and their friend and family to ignore. Number 6. Dirty Teacher 2013. Jamie is a good student who studied hard, gets good grade and want to go to college. But due to some family financial emergencies, her college fund is all but gone. The situation is a tough one, but now she focuses on scholarship to get her into school. So she needs to be at her best. She is also trying to balance a relationship with her boyfriend Danny, but his parents don't approve of her social status and urge him to leave her. A new teacher soon arrives at school, a beautiful educator named Molly, who isn't your typical teacher, and Danny catches her eye. She knows he struggles with his classwork, so she offers to help him out and keep him eligible for sports, with the intent to use that private time to make a move on her student. While Danny's grades begin to rise, Jamie sings thanks to Molly trying to keep her busy and away from Danny after school. Number 5. It Boy 2013. The 38-year-old ambitious and workaholic editor of the fashion magazine Rebel Alice Lantin returns from Brazil to Paris and loses her flash memory in the airplane. However, the student of architecture Balthazar Apfel finds it and calls Alice to tell her. She schedules a meeting in the bar where Balthazar is drinking with his friend, but he tells her that the device is at home. He offers a ride in his scooter to Alice, and while he is putting the spare helmet on her, two co-workers of Alice see from an angle that makes them believe that Balthazar is kissing Alice. They take a photo and post it in the Twitter. On the next morning, everybody is laughing at Alice, but the chief editor and her boss Vincent Khan love the idea that Alice is dating someone 20 years younger. Alice decides to impersonate that she is in love with Balthazar to get a promotion in the magazine. But soon she learns that she should not trifle with love. Number 4. Love Lesson 2013. Korea's most popular songwriter Hee-soo runs into a 19-year-old boy in the elevator. Hee-soo is inspired by a new song, watching him shake at her figure. She starts to tell him about women under the excuse that she is teaching him music. They fall for each other, but things get complicated when her life teacher Junho, who taught her about life and music, comes back. Hee-soo is a popular songwriter with numerous hits, but she is going through a dry spell. She wonders if she lost her inspiration because she is lonely. Hee-soo then meets a boy in the elevator of an apartment building. She notices his stares. Hee-soo feels a new song coming about. On the pretext of giving the boy music lessons, Hee-soo gives the boy a lesson in love. As time passes, the boy falls for her more and more, and Hee-soo's song is almost completed. At this time, Junho, who taught her about love and music, returns. The story is basically a coming-of-age drama where older women need music writing inspiration and young students need to learn the way with women and love. Not bad for a late night, nothing better to watch love story. Number 3. No Thank You 2014. Haley, an art teacher, is still in love with her husband Matty, as they were on the first day of their encounter. They have a 13-year-old daughter. Haley is in a midlife rut because unfortunately her husband shows no real intimacy in her and is only concerned with video games. Subtle hints, beautiful words, clothes, and direct action. Whatever she undertakes to seduce him is useless. At last, she can't resist seduction of a young student Zarno and begins a torrid affair with him and eventually learns what she's really been missing. But not everything goes according to plan. The film tells the story of a couple in their 40s where Haley Valkonen is desperately in love with her husband Matty Valkonen, who never makes love again. Rimbo Saloma and Les Serinen were responsible for the production of the film and Timo Lassi for the composition. The scenes of the film were filmed during the summer of 2013. Number 2. Before the Dawn 2019. A story of forbidden love between teacher and student. Leela moves to a new town to start a new life as the new high school teacher after her recent divorce. Also new to the school is the handsome bad boy student Jason, who is there to get him out of a bad situation so he doesn't end up like his hoodlum brother. Jason is not happy at his new school and could care less about studies. Leela is not exactly having fun either. She is continuously dismissed by snooty fellow teacher Shannon and hit on by coach Andrew. As luck would have it, Jason is a student in Leela's class. She sees potential in him that he doesn't see in himself and offers to tutor him after school. He quickly accepts. The two get along well, very well. One night Andrew takes Leela on a date to local bar where Jason also happened to be. Jason sees the couple and gets a little jealous. Eventually Jason shows up distraught at Leela's home. She says it's inappropriate for him to be there. Days later Jason shows up and it's raining. Number 1. A Minute Silence 2016. The end of summer, a sleepy fishing port on the Baltic Sea and the beginning of a great feeling that shouldn't be. Shortly before the start of the new school year, 18-year-old Christian falls in love with his new English teacher Stella Peterson. In a moment of unexpected lightness and freedom in the dune and seascape far away from the small towns, Stella and Christian discover a shared longing and an attraction for each other, the intensity of which both overwhelms. But soon after classes have started again, the secret relationship between the young teacher and her student threatens to turn into a scandal. Christian's parent, his classmate, and the teaching staff express suspicion, concern, and indignation. While Stella repeatedly eludes Christian, he is already making plans for a future together. When Stella had an accident in a sailing accident, a world collapsed for Christian. A love story. At the first sight, like many others, forbidden, strange, old sin would transform the student and the teacher in parts of scandal. But this film seems to be different, first for the delicate poetry, then for the performance of Julia Kossis, who remind a version of Audrey Hepburn. It is a drawing of state of soul, beautiful mix of love and death, provocative in a special manner.